So my first question to you is investing in a smaller company, in a smaller capital company, more profitable than a larger company?
Okay, so this is a good question, and lot of people, they have this kind of a notion in their mind that chota company, I can buy more number of shares of this company,
Right.
and for that they want to invest in a small company. Now, to explain you the correct answer for this, I'll have to just give you a slightly long answer to put things in perspective, but it won't be boring for sure. So just bear with me for this one. So see, you need to primarily understand the thing that drives the prices of a stock are is the fund flow in a stock. Okay. So if you want to check, you might be aware of the Indian GDP numbers. They have been dwindling, they have been falling since 2018. So
Right.
2018 to 2020, our GDP has been falling even before coronavirus. But
Right.
at the same time, in the same span of these 2 years, our Nifty has been hitting a new high,
Hmm.
life high. In Jan 2020 was a new life high that Nifty made of 12,400. Now, the thing is that if Nifty, um, sorry for the interruption.
No, no
What was
worries.
I saying?
No worries.
Yeah. So Nifty was making new highs. Okay. At the same time, new life high, and our GDP was going low. So you can see a kind of a digression there. Okay. So when you conventionally learn in your so what I'm saying is, in your college, you must have learned that the stock market is a leading indicator of the economy, or it tells you the actual situation of the economy,
Right.
right? The index. But in this case, where the GDP was falling and the stock market was hitting new highs, it means that the stock market was lying to you. Does it mean that? Like, because stock market is behaving as though there's nothing wrong. India is shining and new highs Nifty is making. So why was this happening? The primary reason was a fund flow. A lot of money poured in our Indian mutual funds. You might have observed those ads, mutual funds sahi hai, and all those ads which kept coming on TV.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of FIIs also invested in India owing to the easy global liquidity availability that has been going on over the past few years. Okay. So now
Right.
I have a question for you, okay, that if you are a global, let's say, hedge fund manager based out of Malta or based out of Cayman Islands or something of that, some place there, okay. Now the US stock market has been rallying since the last 10 years, okay, and people are citing this as the most hated rally of our time. So, if you are a fund manager sitting in 2018, 2019, and you're wondering, "Okay, how do I hedge myself from my exposure in US equities?" The obvious answer is probably diversification. So you want to diversify in BRICS, correct? So Brazil, Russia,
Right.
India, China, South Africa. Now, are you going to set up a team of analysts to analyze the 3,000 stocks that are there in all these countries? That's my question to you. Like, if you're a manager, are you going to set up a team of analysts to analyze these 3,000 stocks in each of these countries?
Yes.
It's not going to be feasible for you, right?
Yeah.
It's not feasible to analyze every stock of every country. So what these guys generally do is they invest in the entire basket. कि अच्छा इंडिया में टॉप 100 कौन से स्टॉक्स है, ओके डाल दो उसमें पैसा. आई डोंट वांट टू ब्रेक माय हेड, दैट वे.
Right.
सो दैट्स व्हाई जो CNX 100 है या निफ्टी टॉप 100 है उसमें पैसे लगा देते हैं, दैट वे. So that's how this buying happens actually. So it's called basket buying. Okay, they buy the entire basket. So they don't do in-depth research. They're like, हाँ top 100 तो बढ़ना ही है, because since they are top 100, they already might be having that 70-30 Pareto analysis kind of hold over our Indian business. And that's why they just enter in the markets in that fashion. Okay. So in this case, this is how the Nifty kept going up because of basket buying. People bought Reliance, HDFC, all these stocks, left, right, center, and Nifty kept going up, but our GDP kept falling. Okay. And if you were to see the Nifty small cap index at that time, okay, in those same 2 years, 2018 to 2020, the index has been crashing.
Okay.
Okay, so this tells you what, that small cap में वो basket buying नहीं आ रहा है.
नहीं आ रहा है, सिर्फ टॉप 100 है जो उसी में है वो.
Correct. So in small cap, the companies are going on the merit. Okay, अच्छा company है तो it will not crash, and if it's a bad company or even if it's a good company but less people are interested in it or the stock is not very liquid, even that can be a reason why people don't buy a particular stock. So because of that, okay, because of such reasons, okay, small cap investing in a small cap company comes with its set of risks. Okay. So the obvious risk is there, but the reward is also there, that if you do identify that bright, shiny company which is gonna, be the eye candy of foreign investors in the years to come, your 5 rupee stock or your 50 rupee stock is gonna become 5,000 rupees. So your abnormal return is there. But at the same time, this risk is also there, the one which I cited, that if it's an illiquid stock or if the buying doesn't come or if the fund flow doesn't come, then what are you going to do? So when you are thinking of investing, your question is investing in small caps better than investing in large cap? Investing in a large cap, okay, even if you've not researched it well, you still have a room of error because of this basket buying. तुमको कुछ मिल जाएगा. Basket selling is also equally bad, but eventually those people again come and buy the same top 100 stocks. So the room for error, you get a room for making errors when you're buying a large cap stock. Mm-hmm. But if in a small cap stock, if you're wrong, you'll have to wait for years till you probably even recover your investment if it goes down.
Right.
So this is what I wanted to tell you. A slightly long answer, but again, because see, the market is filled with stories. Okay, there was this one small cap stock. I'll tell you, it had a wonderful story. Okay, so in 2017 or 2018, I came across this story. That stock made explosives. Okay.
Yes.
Firearms, like in a gun or in a cannon, the gunpowder and explosive powder, whatever you put in a missile, it makes that. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the explosive that company made got approved in the world's second largest defense company in Italy or something.
Okay.
It got approved as a vendor for it.
Right.
Okay. So the management was obviously very happy, and he's like, see, if I got approved in world's second largest company, world top 10 defense companies mein mera maal ja sakta hai, because the before approval, those companies test the gunpowder, gola barud, the explosive, whatever is there, and then they basically approve it, right? So it's like, if my thing has got approved here, it'll get approved everywhere. Okay. And because of this story, like everyone gets very happy. Obviously, you're going to buy the stock, right? Because if it gets approved in the world's top 10 defense companies, to ho gaya. Having said that, since 3 years, the stock ka price hasn't changed.
Oh.
Okay. So the market is filled with wonderful stories. But what do you do if the other parameters are not adding up, or the profit margin is not there, or if there is the interest in that stock is not building up? You're going to get stuck.
Right. This turned out to be really unexpected. The whole story. Yeah, I thought
exactly.
It's are going to go sky high, but like.
Yeah, it was a full toss, right? Like, we are still sitting on it. We are sitting on the stock. We are like, it's not going up. What do we do?
Exactly. Yes.
And one more aspect of human nature that you can see in our own behavior is that we like that stock, so now we are not even dumping it
Hmm.
for a better stock,
Right.
which is wrong.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So that too, you know. So this is hopefully I've answered your question about investing in small caps. So high risk, high return.
Perfect.
That's the story.
Yes. Yes. Perfectly, sir.